Tobacco advertising bans have closed down a lot of the channels that the tobacco industry would normally use to communicate with their consumers. So tobacco advertising used to be on television, it used to be in magazines, it used to be on billboards, and all of those channels were cut off through a ban that was introduced here in 2003. So two channels remain. One is the point of sale display, which is found in retailers behind the till, so it's a prime position in shops, and the other is the pack itself. And both these have become increasingly important to the tobacco industry as a means of communicating with consumers, and particularly young people.
Many of them, most of them even, are installed by, paid for by the tobacco companies. So the major companies will have their own display designs. It's always placed in a key position right behind the shopkeeper, so it's the thing that you see at eye level throughout your transaction in that shop. So it's always there as a reminder. If you're a smoker who's quit, it's a reminder this product's still here, you know, if you want it. If you're trying to quit, it's a reminder that it's there and you could carry on using it. If you're a child, you think, what's that?
Faced with smoking rates which refuse to budge, government said today it would ban the display of cigarettes in shops and launched a consultation about removing all branding from packets.
If tobacco industries don't attract children to smoking, then they will eventually go out of business. So children are a key market for them, and their own private industry documents, which were released through court actions, show how important the pack and these point of sale displays are. Last year in April, they introduced a ban on displays in supermarkets. So you've noticed in shops like Tesco's and Sainsbury's that they're not allowed to display cigarettes anymore, which is great. However, this is a measure about protecting children, and small shops are the types of shops where most young people will go in and buy their tobacco. The ban in small shops isn't to come in until April 2015, so we still have another few years of this promotion to children.
There are arguments that losing the tobacco sales is going to put shops out of business, or the submissions that went to government from one of the small retailer organisations talked about shopkeepers getting back pain from bending down to find the cigarettes in the locked away lockers, the out of sight lockers, and increased risk of violence and theft while the shopkeeper's back was turned looking for the cigarette and so on, and that all just seems like nonsense to me. The fact is that these are products that kill people. One
of the messages that the tobacco industry was giving out was that these bans would impact on small retailers, and there were newspaper reports of small retailers going out of business because of this ban. Ireland was one of the first countries to introduce a ban on these point of sale displays. We were able to show that there was no step change in sales before and after the display ban in Ireland. So we were able to show that these media reports of small retailers closing because of the ban were not true.